is an armchair expert, but he makes mistakes all the time. Thank God Monica's here. She's gonna let him have the facts.
We've got a bit of a role reversal happening. Let me remove my spectacles.
Let me put my spectacles on.
Oh, okay.
Because you said we have a role reversal.
We do have a role reversal. Usually you're dressed quite warm and I'm dressed in a chilly, no, you're dressed very warm and I'm dressed very scantily.
Yeah, you're in a jacket, which is weird because it's hot out.
It's a hoodie. I don't know if I'm going to say it's a jacket.
Oh, you think they're different? That's really, really piecing.
You don't think a sweatshirt and a jacket are different?
I think a sweatshirt and a jacket are different, but I think a hoodie
is a jacket.
Is a jacket.
Because it has a zipper?
Yeah.
So if something has a zipper, you upgrade it to jacket status.
Jacket or coat.
If your Uncle Jack climbed up on the roof of the house and the ladder fell over, would you help your Uncle Jack off?
Oh my God. Why did you say that?
Have you ever heard that one?
No.
There was a lot of gold in the hallways of Spring Mills Elementary. That's from way back in '83, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
That got me good. I thought it was going to be a riddle about a zipper.
Yeah, it's just Jack. Somehow Jack got in my vocab. Jacket. Correct.
That's why.
Fun update from Armcharies. It turns out there's a lot of Armcharies that are very, very in the know when it comes to Eames chairs.
Okay, great.
That doesn't surprise me. People are, that's like, if you're into architecture, you're probably into Eames chairs.
Yeah.
So now I do want to correct one person, hate to disappoint you. This doesn't disappoint me. It's worse.
Okay.
So Dax is an acronym.
For the thing Bill Gates made?
For the chair. For the Eames chair.
Okay.
So I can tell you what it stands for if you're interested.
Yep.
Okay. So it's an abbreviation or an acronym for dining, D, armchair, A, on X base.
Oh, dining armchair on X base. Great.
But as we talked about, Dax from the book The Adventures was also an acronym, initials.
Right.
So that's great. I think that's even better.
Sure. It doesn't take away.
I don't think it took away from the sim at all. No. I think it made it more simmy.
Sure. I think we should. Do you want to tell people what happened to us?
When?
Friday. The robbery.
Oh, yes. Yeah, we should.
We had a huge event happen to us.
Yes. We recorded on Thursday. And then I went out to eat with some friends that were in town. Oh, Ken Goldberg, previous guest. Ding, ding, ding.
Sim.
Roboticist. This lovely family. So we went out to mess hall. Met this great armchair. I don't know if I've told you about this armchair. There's an armchair, and I see him on Instagram too. He has autism, and he left a note for me at the restaurant knowing I go there sometime.
Oh, wow.
So I got this beautiful note from him. Then I wrote him a note back. And then I actually met him that night
because
he happened to be there. So come home, whatever, no big deal. That's Thursday night. Friday, previous guest Seth Green comes over with his beautiful daughter and wife.
Many previous guests.
It was a weekend of previous guests. And we're all in the yard playing with the baby. The baby's way too cute. Oh. I want you to meet her so bad. She's so talkative and she's not even 3. And she was hugging me and she said, give you a big hug. She goes, I love him.
Oh.
Not I love you. I love him. I was melting. I was a puddle for 3 hours playing with this little girl.
Him.
Oh my God. The red hair, little Seth.
Red hair, green eyes.
Red hair cares.
Green eyes.
Fuck, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, Claire got thirsty. We were in the yard, so I was like, I'll just run into the studio and grab some water out of the fridge, go to grab some water out of the fridge. And I'm like, Rob took all of the cameras out of the studio this weekend.
To be cleaned?
He's like, no, he's moonlighting on another job. And he's embezzling, basically. He's just taking the equipment I've bought and he's got side projects and a side hustle.
Well, he bought with your money.
I mean, that still means I bought it.
Well.
Okay, so.
Potato.
Also, I need to say, earlier in the day, this is relevant. It's very relevant, actually. I took a long bike ride. I pull him into my driveway. Carly's pulling out. She's got the window down. She's like, do you want me to get it? And I'm like, what? And then I slowly start turning around on my bicycle. And then I'm going half a mile an hour while I'm trying to talk to her, right? And I have the clip-on bike shoes in, which I'm still an amateur at.
Right.
And so I have this moment where I'm about to fall over, but I can't pull my foot off the pedal to stop. So I just fell over like a sheet of plywood. I just fell. It was it was the stupidest fall of my life. Just imagine being on a bike and letting yourself go completely 90 degree. Wham.
Did it hurt?
No, it wasn't nearly as bad as a skating accident on my birthday.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Right. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Fall guy.
Yeah.
So I broke my phone when I hit the ground. I guess I hit hard enough that between my thigh and the cobblestone, I broke my phone.
Right.
So I'm like,
yeah, that sucks.
I got to add, I'm driving to the mall, which I don't normally do. This is like it's going to be a 3-hour ordeal, right? And I can't get my phone to turn on. I've tried every protocol. I've held all the buttons for all these different ways. And I'm just like praying that I can get a new phone and they can transfer everything at the Genius Bar. And I get there. And of course, the woman turns my phone on. It turns right on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
I told her I compare it to when you've been sick for like 2 weeks. You finally decide to go to the doctor. And in the exam room, you feel wonderful.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, it's over right now that I'm at the doctor.
Yeah.
So that was happening. Now cut back to in here, realizing none of the cameras are here. I can't call Rob because my phone is broken and it's transferring for 9 hours. So then I have Carly call Rob. I say to Rob, let's act it out, Rob. Hey, what's going on?
Not much. What's going on?
Hey, did you take all the cameras out of the studio?
Nope.
You don't have the cameras?
No, definitely not.
Okay, well, we were robbed.
Oh, what else did they take?
I don't really know. I just discovered all this. So whatever. Yeah, that's that conversation.
Rob.
And then I asked Rob, will you come take stock? I don't know what all gear is in Rob's zone.
Yeah.
So Rob comes over. Now this is what sucks. Now I'm really kind of distracted for the rest of my play date with Seth's daughter, which is a bummer because I love them. Right? I want to be right in the thick of it.
But present.
But I'm like, fuck, when did this happen?
Yes.
Also, some weird thing happened where when I came home on Thursday night from the dinner with Ken Goldberg, I noticed that my trailer door was open, which I didn't understand. That was just, you notice little things.
Yep.
Shut that. And then I was like, okay, it happened between Thursday when we recorded and now. Okay, so I'm going to start with when it starts getting dark last night. So half hour after we went to go to dinner, 2 dudes.
You have cameras, basically.
I have cameras everywhere.
You're able to now see.
Yes. Now that's its own. That takes a long time. What camera am I looking at? I don't know where they came at on the property.
Yeah.
So I do waste a good hour looking at footage I don't see anything. But then I see that they have jumped over the pedestrian gate. They're in full masks. And then they went up into my gym. I'm watching this now all on all the cameras.
Right.
They go into Kristen's office. They come out. They go up into the attic. They go down into the studio. They take all the cameras. They head out. It's 10 minutes. That's it. Start to finish. And the very frustrating thing is on camera, I see them. They exit the house with all this gear and they have 2 Lime scooters parked against the wall.
That's so weird to me.
Full masks, okay? Not like fucking COVID masks.
Yeah.
I'm talking full masks.
Yeah.
One of our neighbors pulls in, headlights bright on these 2 guys with full masks holding a bunch of stolen cameras, loading it on a bird scooter, and they just cruise by.
Yeah.
And they don't call anybody. So I was a little bit like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I mean, if I roll in, I'm out of the car. It's on.
Oh. God.
Oh, anyways, I don't recommend that to whoever that was.
Yeah.
But
I would call the police. I wouldn't have got out of the car.
I would have called the police and I would have followed them on the fucking scooters in a car. They can't outrun you. I would have stayed with them while I was on the phone with 911. They had cameras, I think is what they had. Lots of expensive cameras.
You have to be careful in these situations.
The thing that I find rough about that, I was like, you can afford to replace the cameras. It sucks. They're expensive. It really sucks.
Yeah.
It really sucks. It is quite an expensive ordeal. You can't report it to your insurance, or my insurance will go up over time. That doesn't justify, so that's its own racket.
I hate. I don't even understand insurance, really.
I don't think anyone does. But the obsession of like, are they coming back?
I know.
When they come back? And now,
please don't come back, guys.
I'm now like, well, I'm going to have to be watching this like crazy. I'm going to have to get loud alarms over there. I'm going to have to do a lot of stuff now. And I think that's the thing I resent is it's just the anxiety of, are they coming back?
Rob, when you got here, did you check because, I mean, I'm shocked.
They didn't want our memorabilia.
They didn't take Liberty.
Oh, well, they
made a huge mistake.
They slept on a gem. So here's the blessing, though. I wouldn't have gone in to the studio all weekend. Why would I come in here? This is our place of work, and it was the weekend. And we had a really great, wonderful guest on Monday, and we would have arrived with no cameras.
Yes.
So again, I couldn't help but be grateful that I at least discovered it on Friday. Rob then had a weekend of his life trying to track down.
Yeah. He went on a real adventure. Yes. Oh, man.
I hate knowing they were in my gym and stuff. I hate it. I'm sure Kristen
it feels
hates.
so violating.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anywho,
it's really bad.
That was a bummer.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about victories.
Sure.
Oh, I flew to Vegas on Saturday.
Oh, right.
That's worth reporting.
Okay.
Our sweet best boy, Jimmy Kimmel, was being honored by this great charity that works with Cleveland Clinic that does work on Alzheimer's and Parkinson's and neurological disorders. And it provides a ton of support for the caregivers of all these people who have these conditions. 11 million people are caregiving. So went to Vegas just for the day and I went gambling with Kristen. And wouldn't be shocked if we get barred from the MGM. I don't know that they'll let us back at the tables.
Why?
Because we put it to them so hard. We won $225.
Wow.
So
cool.
Probably will get barred.
Do people get barred for doing so well? They can't, right?
They do at certain games, yeah. Yes.
Wow.
In fact, it's in Nate Silver's book. So the people who are really good at counting cards, which is not illegal, but the casino has the option of denying you to play there for any reason they want.
Right.
So they will notice someone's counting cards in a single deck or double deck blackjack, and then they will not allow them to gamble anymore.
Got it.
So a lot of these people, and ultimately, I think there was some Harvard thing where they, over the course of 10 years, they won millions of dollars.
Oh, wow.
With a system. Again, not illegal. They weren't like tapping any devices or anything. It was just all math. But they ultimately, all of them were barred from all these casinos.
Yeah. Yeesh.
Yeah. So, okay. Sunday was the
SAG Awards. It went really, really well. Kristen killed it.
It went perfect.
It went perfect. She did such a good job. Everyone hit all their beats.
Yeah.
And it was great.
It was a very well run, tight show.
It was.
I was impressed. Yeah. That motherfucker's straight live.
I know. That was scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
There was only a couple of hiccups and it had nothing to do with anyone's writing.
Yes. There was a couple technical things.
There were technical things?
Well, like there was a sound. There was like a little bit of, on Adam's bit, the sound was out at the very beginning. And I was annoyed by that, of course.
That's rough.
But it happened.
For a live show, that's not too bad.
Not too bad.
No,
it went really smooth. I was very happy with it. And I think Kristen was too. So
yes. And I was backstage with the children's.
Yeah, you came.
You had a great dress.
Oh, thank you. I did.
I noticed on your post, you had like 1,000 comments. People were exploding.
Well,
I would argue some spraying.
Well, we don't know about that.
Well, when you got 1,000 comments,
we don't know. But it was, remember when I was in my gala era and I was buying all those dresses and
when you were in search of a gala.
Yeah, I needed a gala to go to wear all these dresses. I didn't go to any real galas. So I had some dresses. I was proud of myself because, I do have a contact at Valentino, and I'd reached out and said, hey, I'm writing for Kristen for the SAG Awards, so I'll be there, and I'm going to do the carpet. Can I borrow something? And she was like, yes. So she had sent me some stuff.
That?
Well, no. So she had sent me some stuff, and it was all great, but I did contrary action.
Yes.
And I decided to wear something in my closet that I had not worn.
Oh, okay.
Which was this dress from the gala era.
Okay.
I was like, this dress has been sitting here for a long time. It needs to be worn.
Yeah, she needs to go out on town a little bit.
Yeah. And so I wore it and I was very happy with it. And Jenny did my hair and Simone did my makeup. And
What a team. I want to shout out everyone that works in this whole organism that is something like this. Marcel,
publicist.
who I love, who's been around for
Love
20
him so
years,
much.
a sweetest boy alive. Jenny doing hair.
Yeah.
Best vibe possible.
And best.
And best in the biz.
Yeah.
Simone, makeup, incredible. Known her forever. Who am I leaving? Anna's there, crushing. You're there, crushing.
Nicole
is styling the fuck out of it.
It's incredible.
Everyone just works so calm. Like it's such a sometimes I'll be doing a talk show as a guest and I'm walking to my green room and I look in the other people's green and sometimes I look in and it's just fucking madness, right? It's like people panicking and that energy is rough for me. That's not the vibe. So just well done to the whole team.
The whole team. It was really fun because I did this for Kristen in 2018. So it was very deja vu. Like we are in the same room, the same auditorium, all of that stuff, which was really fun. Same people. We were looking at old pictures. There's like all these Polaroids of Simone and Jenny and Nicole and me and Kristen and Marcel. And it was really funny and weird full circle because, you know, when we did it last time, we were about to start this podcast.
We had started it, but yeah.
Had we?
Yeah, because
if it was this time.
This was last weekend and we had our anniversary 2 weeks before that or a week before that.
Well, I don't know the
And we recorded before we launched.
Yeah, I'm saying
but brand new.
Yeah, it was in January 21st,
Oh, it was.
2018. Yeah.
Okay, then you're dead right.
Anyway, we hadn't started this, or we had maybe started some recording, but we weren't a podcast yet, really.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you get those rare moments where you're in the exact same place,
but your life
is so different.
Yeah.
And you can really reflect on that because of the circumstances. And it was nice to see the my growth. But yeah, so it was special to have that. And it did remind me that was such a fun job. Like being around all those people and doing that and the energy. And yeah, it was nice to sort of drop back into that. And also see Anna in this position that I was in and her just like
crushing it.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah,
really
sweet night.
Yeah.
I was happy for all the ladies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kristen did such a good job.
Oh God. She can also she is so calm and confident. It's boggling.
Yeah.
She's so chill and fucking not in a hurry.
Nope.
She's like a great comedian that's not in a hurry. Stand up.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Very, very impressive.
Okay, here's my crazy moment. So we're leaving and I'm carrying tons of bags and stuff and I've got the kids in tow and we're going to the car and I literally bump into meet cute, my biggest crush, Timothée Chalamet.
Yes, Timothée was he ducked into our area for a minute to take a phone call and I walked in and he was just standing right there, which was quite fun.
Yeah, he was hanging in the hallway with his mom when I bumped into him.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, first of all, he's much taller than I was expecting.
He is, yeah.
Tall boy. Oh, he's so dreamy. And I go, oh my God, I'm so horny for you. And he goes, oh, thank you. And I go, I can't believe how into your career I am. I'm following it like I'm a teenager. And he's like, oh my God, thanks, dude. I tap danced away from that interaction. I was smitten.
Nice.
I loved his speech. We talked on the way home about it. Kristen was like, it's weird to hear someone admit they want to be great and they want to be like Brando and all these people. And I go, but why? If you're a snowboarder, you would say, I want to be the next Shaun White or I want to be Jordan. That's what you should. If you're entering into an endeavor as your main focus of your life, you should damn well be trying to get to the greatest it's ever been done.
Totally.
I loved it. I thought Yeah, why is everyone acting like they don't want to be that? That's awesome.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah.
It just goes to show when you love somebody, whatever they say, you kind of like it.
No, I agree. It's honest to say I think what people might be confused, I don't know. Maybe they think he's talking about fame, but he isn't.
He's not.
Yeah.
No, he would have said Burt Reynolds or
Sure.
Ben Affleck.
Sure.
Ultra famous.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was exciting.
Great night, fun.
Great night. Great night.
Great night.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
Okay, this is for Mindy.
Mindy.
So exciting.
Did you enjoy listening back while you were editing?
Yeah.
Did it help reconfirm it happened?
Yeah, we have been waiting for so long. Some people on my post, I posted a picture that was teasing an episode, and it was this one. Some people were right.
They guessed Mindy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was exciting. Okay, really quick. Jordan food poisoned. Was he food poisoned?
Was he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was Pizza Hut. He ordered pizza. He ordered pizza before Game 5 of the 1997 NBA Finals, also known as the flu game.
Right. I just want to add, I've had Pizza Hut a couple million times, and I've never had food poisoning. I don't know how you would get how a bacteria would still be alive after it goes through the oven. This lends itself to the conspiracy theory, I think. It does. Okay, so hit us.
But also maybe he got meat on it, and the meat was mad cow.
No, you blast mad cow. You blast that in the furnace, it's dead.
Mad cow.
Mad cow.
Oh my God.
Where my mad cows at?
Okay, his trainer, Tim Grover, and friend, George Kohler, were with them when the pizza arrived. Grover said he had a bad feeling about the pizza. Jordan woke up at 2:30 throwing up and couldn't hold anything down.
Wait, didn't you say 5 guys delivered the pizza?
Yeah, last time it said that.
So that to me is what's very problematic. 5 guys delivered the pizza. If 5 guys show up to deliver a pizza for me, I'm not opening the door. They're going to rush in.
I know, but then
rush in. I'm not saying Russians are all home invaders. I'm saying rush in.
Rush space in. Yeah. But some rumors just say he was hungover.
Oh, that's a fun rumor.
The poison pizza is some people don't believe it.
This reminds me of, you were too young to really watch People's Court a lot, right? Did you ever watch People's Court?
No.
It was the precursor to Judge Judy.
Yeah.
And there, let's see, Doug Llewellyn was a commentator. He would name the cases. And this was like someone who ordered a pizza suing the pizza delivery guy.
Uh-huh.
And Doug Llewellyn called it the case of the painful pepperoni pizza.
Oh, God.
And it was so memorable.
Okay, now this I'm going to play. This is Jay Moore's Christopher Walken.
Oh, I just played it last night.
Can you please tell the Christopher Walken story?
First time I met Christopher Walken, I go to say hi to him. As I'm walking up to him, the first thing he says to me is, I can see you coming. I'm like, because I'm introducing myself. I'm not a Vietnamese sniper working a tree line. Like it's how, no offense, it's how introductions work. And before I say anything, he goes, I can see you coming. I had my Rottweiler with me. He goes, I can see your dog too. And I go, her name is Shirley. And he says, who cares? And I thought he cared because he brought it up, And he goes, I got to know what happened to your dog, Shirley Rottweiler. What happened to your dog's tail? It's gone. Where did it go? It's okay, you can tell me. And I'm just standing there like in this driveway going, where the fuck is my dog's tail? And then he gets like real close to me and he goes, it would be great to have a tail. And I'm cool, right? So I look back at him and I go, why? Why is that? And he goes, come on, if you had a tail, everyone would know. If you were angry or upset, they'd see you. They'd see you coming up the block. They'd say, get back. Look at his tail. He's crazy. And I go, well, you probably mean happy. Like people know if you're happy, if you have a tail, you'd wag it because you're happy. And he goes, maybe you and your tail. Yeah, he just cut the ring off on me, right? And then he looked at me like it's my turn to talk.
I've done nothing.
I looked down at the dog and the dog's like, nah, not me. I go, would you rather be able to fly or have a tail? That's what I got out. And he goes, a tail, of course. I go, you'd rather have a tail than be able to fly? He goes, you could always get on an airplane with your tail.
Funny, so funny. So he's married to.
Yes.
That's so crazy.
This was exciting. Jeannie Buss,
Yeah.
owner of the Liqueurs.
Still never been to a game, and I would really like to go.
You've never been to a game.
Uh-uh.
You got to figure that out. It's a party. In fact, I just saw Instagram yesterday of Will Ferrell and Chad Smith, drummer for the Chili Peppers. You know, they look identical.
Oh.
Type in Chad Smith. Your horns are gonna fall off your head.
Let me see.
And they're nodding back and forth to each other and doing a whole thing.
Wow, that is crazy.
He's also like 6'4". He's tall like Will as well. Yeah, so they were like both at the game and they were making a real look at they went on Conan.
So funny.
It's fucking freaky. Yeah. If Chad's nose was just a little narrower, there's no way to tell them apart.
Wow, they really look like twins. That's crazy.
Twinsies, twinning.
We still need a twin expert. Okay, Mindy made a remark about Olivia Munn investing in Uber in the first round. It was kind of a joke, but she did.
Oh my God, she's rich.
She did. She invested in Uber at a $290 million
valuation
when it was still a private company, and now Uber is worth, it says 157.82 billion market cap.
Whoa.
Should I look up what Bitcoin is today?
No.
Why?
Because we're tanking it, right? And
we don't have it.
But if people are going to connect that since we started reporting, it's been going down, and then they're going to attack us under the veil of night. What is that? Go ahead, tell me.
Yeah, I think the joke's worth it. It's 88,195.61. It has been going steadily down since we've been reporting on this.
Yes, you have to admit that. I think the first one was like 102,000. So
look, as you said, we're just not that powerful, though. All we're doing is reporting. We're not causing.
Except for me causing the Lions loss. That's still up in the air.
And my ring.
Yeah, and your ring. Yeah.
Lost us the election. My eggs are not burned by the fires.
Whew. Yeah.
But there were eggs from the same company or hospital that were in a different location that did have to all get transferred over.
It's good to know they transferred them.
I know. I agree. So they were safe.
They didn't get burnt up.
I know. Oh my God. I mean...
Yeah, the amount of months that goes into harvesting those eggs.
Yeah.
Can I use that word, harvesting?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
And the shots and the hormones for a year, the retrieval, the cost.
Yeah. Ooh,
and not only the cost, but like I don't know if I'll have as much now if I had to do it again.
The irreplaceability of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's scary.
Scary. And yeah, I've been thinking more about it since Mindy chatted about her experience a little bit.
She makes it look good.
Yeah, she makes it look possible. She has 3 children.
Did you ever get an answer from your contractor? When I was with you, you emailed them.
Oh, yeah.
Let's find out.
Okay, because you are constantly telling me
that your house is bigger than
my new house is bigger than yours, which is outrageous. Now I am scared. So what is yours?
4,300 square feet.
Is there any extra? Is it 43 something? Ooh, this might be like our IQs.
No, I actually think it's like 4,290 something.
That includes all the other buildings?
Shut up, Rob.
Yeah, no, that's...
that's aside. We can have that and you'll win that one.
Yeah.
But right now, the house we live in...
no.
Not this studio. I'm not counting the studio.
Well,
you should count it too then.
More than just the studio. No, I can't, because I can't come here and get water like you did for Claire.
I appreciate it. You would have figured out the cameras were stolen a little earlier.
No.
Anyways, what's your house?
Okay.
So we're getting distracted.
The only thing on my property is 43 43,
80,
45.
40.
4,345 square feet.
Yeah. And that's what I saw in your plans.
So we got an extra 45.
Yep. You have a bigger house than we do.
Okay. But you understand, like, that's crazy what you're saying, right? We really can't agree on this, that the fact that you have a main house with bedrooms,
Yeah.
a guest house,
Yeah.
a garage with an office and a gym
Above it.
separate.
Yeah. So these are all great
then
points.
the attic and
Those
the
are
garage.
great points. But I have one counter that's again, you're going to have to acknowledge how powerful this is. When I go to sell this house, it is illegal for me to say that the house is more than 4,300 square feet. You cannot include any outhousing.
Okay, but
That's not included. So when I put it up on the market, people will think they're bidding on a 4,300 square foot
okay,
house.
only if they're a blind person.
I'm just saying the city only acknowledges 4,300 and the real estate's only acknowledge 4,300.
Rob,
I get both
be
your
honest.
points. Does the
would you
43
rather buy this property or
Well,
mine?
I also have an acre. I'll
this-
admit my property's bigger than
Okay,
yours.
let's imagine, take out the yard. Let's talk about
Well, now
just-
these buildings are going to be on top of each other.
Well, the city is not going to acknowledge it, but the buyer is going to acknowledge it.
exactly. And can
They won't
you?
even come look at it. 'Cause, like, if I'm trying to sell it for a price that would be commensurate with how much of these outbuildings I have, they won't even come look at it. They'll be like, I'm not driving across town to look at a 4,300 square foot house for that much.
All you have to do is look at the pictures, and then you see 80 different places to sleep, live, dream, cry. There is no question. There is zero question that this estate you
Cumulative.
have here is more valuable than mine.
Both things are true. I have more square footage all told.
Yeah.
And what's also true is that your house is bigger than my house.
Oh boy.
That's true. My garage isn't my house.
But your garage.
My house is the building I live in and
You-
eat in and sleep
You
in. and
spend equal
rear
amounts
my
of
children.
time throughout this whole property.
you spend the same amount of time in this building as I do.
But I don't own it. I don't have any. When someone comes to buy it, I can't
you
say
can
like,
tell
look,
them
you
if
have.
you want to work across the street, you can be in that building as much as the owner.
You're crazy.
I know you're bummed that your house is bigger, but it just is. We just found out.
I am not bummed. I am bummed by you trying to manipulate everyone into thinking I
have a bigger house.
have a bigger house.
Because I want you to have a bigger house.
I know,
than me.
but oh God, it's dark. It's
not
deep.
dark.
It's a little dark.
Well, it is not.
I think it is. And I haven't really fully pinpointed why, but
you feel darkness.
I feel like
I'm locked into the story. The story is fantastic. I love the story. Such a great American story. Think what a good story. Take us out of it. There's a family in Louisiana.
congrats.
A woman comes in to clean their house.
Sounds like a riddle. The beginning of a riddle or a joke.
A woman comes in to clean their house. Okay.
Okay.
And then within a few short years, that same woman builds a house across the street that's bigger.
Okay.
I love that
I
story.
know.
What is wrong with that story?
You love that story. That story is omitting some important parts.
Yeah, what?
That the lady who comes to clean the house, first of all, you downgraded her to cleaning the house.
Well, I
But-
can't say babysitter because I'm trying to get you out of you're locked into your story, and I'm trying to make a
I know.
story very similar.
Okay, then you'd have to say a college educated
Great.
person who moved here to chase a dream.
Yeah.
Had an odd job at the house.
Yeah.
But could
And then
have
a few years later built a house across the street that was bigger.
But look,
That's
here,
a great.
I know you love it.
What's wrong? How do
nothing
you
wrong.
not love that story?
No, it's not real. I am privileged. I am highly capable and
At no point in this story have I said, The maid in Louisiana was gifted a house across the street.
No, I know that, but the context around you hear the maid in Louisiana, you are not imagining someone who could probably at any moment go get employed or go get a higher degree and then get employed quickly and immediately.
Well, you're making of all those assumptions about the woman cleaning the house. You are. That's on you.
No, it's part of why you like the story. The story is not as good in theory if it's just someone who's like...
It totally is.
Can totally become a lawyer tomorrow, then goes and buys the house across the street.
Disagree.
It's still fine for you.
Yes, I love that. That doesn't diminish the story at all.
Oh.
It's a story of someone starting on the bottom rung of a ladder and being at the very top of the ladder 5 years later. It's like a great story. It's like the most triumphant story. I don't know why you can't accept. That's more curious to me. Is the story that if you heard about you would love has happened to you and you feel removed from it.
Happened to you too.
Yes. Different, but yes.
But the exact same. You moved from another place. You started off at the bottom working at CPK and you have this house. What's the difference? Why is my story more interesting?
Because all of that came from the job you got. You didn't buy the house across the street because you went out and did a TV show for 12 years.
Right.
I think you might have a hang up about that and I don't.
Well, what do you mean?
You directly rose through this household and ended up going into business with one of the owners of the household, which created all this.
Yeah, that's great.
That's a different story than mine. I have a great story, but it's a much different story.
Sure.
I cobbled together 25 different acting jobs before I bought the house. It's not a story of me. This is a story of someone entering GM and becoming the CEO.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I guess maybe it feels different to me because that wasn't the intention, I guess.
Yeah,
like if you started at GM and become the CEO, that's probably your intention is to like maneuver your way to the top. But I guess we invented the top in some ways. So that, yeah. I don't know. I love it.
Yeah, I just think I love the story. And it's an even better story, I think, if your house is bigger.
Well, I guess you're in luck. Oh, and that's a ding, 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 because she wanted people to write on their house how they made their money.
Yeah. I guess this would probably satisfy her greatly, this debate.
All righty.
All right. Love you.